Hey, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about concealer and something that this is really important. I want to say this at the beginning of the video. This is not about the products I'm using. All right? It's all about techniques. So that's what I want you to remember as you're watching this video. First of all, you don't want to use this applicator. You're going to put way too much product on your under eye area. You have no control with this. This one is from One Size, by the way, and I really did not like this one at all. It did not work for my mature under eyes, okay? You have to find one that works for you. I have many that I like, but we're not going to talk about that. This is just mostly about technique, but I'm going to show you the ones I don't like, okay? So anyways, so you see that eye? It looks very drying. I put way too much on. I powdered all under it. It just looks ridiculous. And as the day goes on, and you can powder it. We're going to talk about that, okay? But you don't have to. Again, we're going to talk about that. The thing is, you don't want to put too much on, because this is another thing I see people do is this. And what are we doing with that? What are we doing with that? You're still going to put too much product on, because once I start spreading this, I'm just going to use my finger. Look how much product this is. Look how much product I have, and then I got all this. It's just too much product. And then what's going to happen, even if you keep blending that, what's going to happen is it's going to end up creasing and settling under your eyes. First, you want to make sure that your under eyes are hydrated. So you want to make sure that is part of your morning skincare routine that you're using an eye cream. You don't want to use that eye cream right before you apply your concealer, because it just really needs to absorb into your skin. It could cause some creasing. As part of your morning skincare routine, you want to put that eye cream on. Then you need to decide if you have to use a under eye color corrector or if you can go in with a concealer. If you have a lot of discoloration, usually I think a lot of us have that purpley color, and you're going to want to go in with something like this. This one's from Bobbi Brown, but it's not about the product. It's about the color. Do you see how it's peachy toned? That peachy tone is going to help to cancel out my under eye discoloration, because for some people, no matter what concealer they use, it just does not conceal. Like they still see it, and then they want to put more on, and then when they put more on, guess what happens? It creases. It looks crepey. So what you have to do first is do this. So I'm just going to do this under my eyes today. I normally don't do this very often. I feel like I could get away with my concealer and not do this, but we're going to do it. I'm using a liner brush. This is just like an eyeliner brush. That's all it is. It's bent. You don't have to look for a bent one, but you do want to get one that's fine like that. And you want to get the product down there. And the reason I like to do this is look at my finger. This is the finger I would use as my ring finger. So look at my finger and look at the brush. Do you see the difference? So if I were to take my finger and put it on there, I'm not going to get it just in this area. I'm going to get it all over. So I'm going to have too much product. And the reason that I like to just put it on this liner brush first is because I have so much more control over how much I'm applying and where I am applying it. Because I really want to just get it in that corner where I think most people, that's where we have it, is right there. Now, some of us have it all underneath, but I still say you should put it in the corner of your eye only. And you don't do that thing where I see people take the concealer and they put it here and there. You're still going to put way too much product on. Don't use the applicator. If you take anything out of this video, don't use the applicator and get yourself a nice liner brush and a concealer brush. This is just a flat concealer brush. It came with one of mine. I have to probably clean it too. It came with one of my concealers. And we're going to just take this and we're going to just tap it right in that area. And then we can blend it out. So once you tap it in and kind of let it absorb a little bit, so to speak, then we're going to start to work it under here. But by doing that, I'm not putting a lot of product down. Now, this is the concealer I'm going to use today. Again, you don't have to use this product. I just want to stress that because so many people missed that on the other video. It's like, this one is from Ko-Fi, and this is in the color Ice Ice Baby. This is a close second to my Holy Grail, and that is why I'm using it. I like that it has a little bit of a peachy undertone to it, which is going to help with color correcting. So if you really, really feel like you have a lot of darkness, no matter what you use, then you're going to want to use a color corrector first, and then you put a concealer on top. If you like have some darkness, but you feel like, oh, that concealer is going to be fine and I don't have to do that, then you don't need to. It's just, I wanted to show that because there are some people that no matter what they use, they see that color. So again, I'm just taking it on my liner brush. I'm going to apply it right on top of that color corrector. Hopefully I didn't get too much. That's what happens when I don't have my readers on, but I should be okay. That same concealer brush, and we're going to keep it right here. And we're going to really blend this in. And by the way, I always put my foundation on after I do my concealer, and you're going to see why. Because I end up getting a little bit bright here by my nose, and it just works out better this way for me. And I never put my foundation up to I never put it under there, because the more product we have, it's going to crease. So once you get it good and blended, now you can start putting the rest of it under your eye. The point is, we just don't want to build it up and have too much product on, and you have so much more control when you do it this way. I'm going to use a little bit of powder to set it. You don't have to do it. You could just skip this step. I like to do it because, especially since I have that little tear trough, it reflects because my skin looks puffy, you know what I'm saying? So the light kind of reflects off that. So I want to mattify it. So I'm just going to take this. This is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter Powder. You don't have to use it, but what you want to look for is a very, very fine, fine powder. You don't want anything really heavy. I like to put it on with a brush. I haven't occasionally used a velour puff. You have to be careful with that, because it could end up being too heavy under our mature eyes. I know a lot of younger people do that, so just do that with caution. Smile. That is how I apply my under eye concealer, and it doesn't crease and it doesn't settle. So the takeaway from this again is, number one, make sure that you are hydrating your under eyes. Number two, get a liner brush. Get a liner brush. You're going to have more control over how much product you're putting on, and it's wonderful. And then also make sure that you get a concealer brush and concealer brush like that. Now really quickly, you guys know my Holy Grail is Sisley. This is another one of my favorites that I love. This one's from Ko-Fi. Let me tell you some that I don't like really quickly. One size was just horrible on me personally. Did not like that. This is another thing that to be wary of. I was using this, which is like a pinkish purpley kind of a color, and it made me look like a sick zombie. So pinks don't work for everybody. So if you're finding the peach isn't enough, maybe this would be a better color corrector for you, looking for one in this tone. But the pink powder doesn't work for everybody. I'm just, I bought a couple of them, and it was like, like in daylight it looked okay, and then I was filming myself and I looked like I was sick. So for me, peach would work better. So not everything works for everybody as far as the colors. I did not like this one either. This is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric. Did not like this. I feel like I did like this one. I can't remember now. The Luminous Silk Concealer. I feel like I might have liked this one, but now I can't remember. I might have to test that one again. I test out so many. I'm going to be testing more. I need to start writing them down. The Lancome one. I can't think of the name of it now because I don't have it. Oh, wait, here it is. This is it. The Tint Idol Ultra Wear. This is awful under my eyes. I do not like it. I think this is great for your face. Here's the thing about concealer. Some work better on the face and not so much the eyes. I feel like the ones that are a little bit heavier, and that's what I would include this one is, it just looks drying. It doesn't work under everybody's eyes. I know some people love it, works for them, but I did not personally like that one. You guys know my Holy Grail is the Sicily one. I like that one because it's hydrating. I really like this one. Sicily's still my Holy Grail, but this is right like number 2 right now. One of the reasons I like this one is it conceals really good, but also has that nice peachy undertone too, which not all concealers have that. For me, that's a win because then I don't have to use a color corrector as well. So I hope that this video was informative and helpful to you. As I said, it's not about the products I used. It's all about the techniques and the tools that you're using. That's the key to applying your concealer on your eyes so it doesn't crease. So thank you guys so much again for joining me. If you're new here, would love to have you subscribe. Just click that button below, hit that subscribe button. Also make sure you click that notification bell too, and I will catch you guys all in my next video.